Me, Marcus over here in the nation. You feel me? Houston,
You out
Texas.
you out there in Houston, right? Nice.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I just
It's cold.
had yo. Nah, it's not even that cold. It's like regular,
Okay.
like 70 degrees and shit. Um, yo, I just had the best barbecue I ever had in my life, bro.
Where is that? What's it
that
Come
called?
on
shit,
with it. Come on with it.
that shit was fucking amazing, bro. The size wasn't all that, but the fucking chicken, bro. The I was eating that shit like I can't believe this shit is so good. Like, why is this shit so fucking good? And I had the three sauces. I was just dipping, dipping. I was like, man, that shit's so good. It
Oh
was called
yeah,
Papa's. It was called
Papas.
Papa's.
Papa's.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. And
I check
that's
that
in
out
that's
next
in
time I'm
Houston.
out there.
yeah, yeah. A bunch of Mexicans up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like I said, the size wasn't all that. So, but the chicken
Mm-hmm.
was fire,
You
fire.
can
I
never
ain't gonna
go
lie.
wrong with chicken now. You feel me? Like chicken is light. You feel me? If they sometimes even if they don't season it up, you feel me? Like you said, you got those three barbecue sauces right there to go. You feel me? If it was bland, boy, them sauces made everything taste a little bit better. You feel me? But yeah, man, you can't go wrong when it was it smoked? Smoked barbecue?
Yeah, man. It was that
Oh, so
smoked barbecue.
so you can't go wrong with smoked barbecue, man.
Oh yeah.
Anything
I'm
come
at.
off that grill, fine. Huh?
I said I might have to go back tomorrow.
Well, that
I might.
depends now. It depends because like the spread that they gave you at the last time you went to the was it you didn't go to the
that turkey spot. I know you went to that turkey spot. That should look good.
you know
Yeah,
and was it
yeah,
Texas last
yeah.
time too? Where you
It
went last
was
time?
turkey leg hut. Yeah, that was in Texas too. That was in
Okay,
Texas.
okay, okay. So and did we win that
This is my
game when
second
you went
time
down
up.
there? Huh?
Did we win?
Last time
Did
you
we
had
win?
went. Yeah, last time we had when you was in Houston or when you was in
No,
Texas.
no, we didn't win. That was that game that we lost to Texas A&M, bro. Remember
Oh,
that?
okay. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I don't want to
Yeah.
bring that aura over here. I think they did that on purpose, trying to jink our ass. You feel me? But we're gonna persevere. We're gonna persevere. You know
I'm
all
gonna
that.
jump off.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, man. You want to go ahead and set this thing off the right way?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. We already recording? Or nah?
Yeah, we're on live right now, so we good.
Oh, okay. All right. This is the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm Marcus Benjamin, chilling with my guy Wesley Pierre. We usually give you real sports talk from Dade County, Broward County, CanesCounty.com for all your Miami Hurricanes athletics news, part of the Rivals.com network. But this weekend is Final O weekend, baby. We're in the Final Four. It still kind of blows my mind that Miami's in the Final Four. But Canes are representing for the crib here in the H-Town, Houston, Texas is where I'm at. Just flew in this morning, and I'll be here all weekend, all through Championship Monday, which hopefully would come through with a ring, which is kind of crazy. It's still crazy to just to even fathom that Miami has a really good chance to win the national championship in
Mm, mm,
basketball.
mm.
I've been talking about them all year. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, you and Chris not really into college basketball or any
Correct.
other sports. Besides the Dolphins, Hurricanes football, and Miami Heat. But I've been saying that they're the best team in South Florida for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been showing just that. The last game, the boy Jordan Miller had a perfect game.
You feel
You you
me?
can't even you can't even put wrap your mind around it. Perfect from the field, perfect from the free throw line. He and came through for the Hurricanes and for the Crib. So I'm really excited to be here. Final
Mhm.
Four is a huge event. I got a chance to see the court. It's crazy seeing a basketball court at a football stadium.
Ooh.
It just looks so like massive. Like I was just kind of exploring the stadium, and I went to the top floor or the top deck, the 700 level, just to see how far it would look from the high point to the court, and it's small. Like it's and one of the teams was practicing. It looked really small. You probably would need some binoculars. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens on Saturday night. Hopefully the Hurricanes come through.
Oh yeah, man. Like, hopefully, man, they're going to come through. Like we've been speaking this into existence. We've been speaking on the Canes, football and basketball. We're gonna, when it comes to Mario Cristobal, we're gonna be like, okay, he gonna find the coaches. When it comes to Coach Larinaga, he's gonna put the guys in the best position that they can be in to succeed. And it felt so good to see that we pulled it off. You feel me? Because nobody thought that we was gonna be Houston. Nobody thought we was gonna be Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else's brackets probably been had us out.
Including mine.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. At least you're getting the real when you're talking to Marcus and myself. You feel me? But what I really liked the most was it was not only the men, the women did they thing. Yeah, they did not make it to the Final Four, but I actually watched a woman basketball game. Never in my life, more than 2 minutes, have I watched a woman basketball game in my life. High school, college, women's NBA, never.
Yeah.
So I was dialed in, and to see both them, do their thing, and the men basketball team make it to the elite four. I just feel good because again, the beaches of women and the weather, they're gonna go ahead and hate. And I know when we win, I know that's the question that you're gonna go ahead and ask, for the millions and the millions of the fans watching Kings County and watching the University of Miami defeat these individuals. I know that I'm gonna feel good. I know that right now there's some questions about the Canes in national media's light, but when you come and you dialed in on Rivals, when you dialed in on kingscounty.com, MarcWes Sports Podcast, you're gonna get the real. And it seems like we're the only ones that's speaking positivity or even thinking that it's some type of semblance that we're gonna go ahead and win. And just the plain fact that Marcus is there, hopefully there's no other journalists there, and he could go ahead and ask the real questions. Now, journalists from Miami, as what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, there's every journalist everywhere known to man that's here. I mean, all the Miami media is here. Miami Herald, Palm Beach Post, and all the national media as well. It's a lot. It's as big as it gets when it comes to college sports. I've never been to the national championship game or the playoff or whatnot, but still to have 4 teams in one spot, I don't think that there's a lot of different events that is on par with the Final Four here.
Of course.
But yeah, man. Well, I am gonna keep it real because yeah, man. The only reason why I doubted Miami is because of, remember I said Norchad Omier. He had the injury.
Yeah,
the ankle. Only reason why I doubted him all season. You can ask every other writer that I talked to. I always told them, I was like, Miami's gonna make it to the Final Four. I kept saying that Miami's making it to the Final Four. The only time I doubted it is when he had the injury. And I don't know what kind of shot he took. He took 3 or 4, 5, 6 shots to that ankle because he didn't look like he was injured at all until like maybe one play in that last game. he
But he
thought he
tweaked
heard it.
it again.
Yeah, he thought he heard it, and I mean, we talked to him after the game, and he said he was just scared. That's why he was on the ground because he thought he heard it really bad. But when he started walking around, he realized he really didn't hurt it that bad. So that's the only reason why I doubted Miami, because if you've seen any of these games, what game is they gonna win without him? You know what I'm saying? I would say zero, because that first game was close against Drake. It was the closest game, and the next two games, I think he had 15 rebounds, and in the game after that, I think it was like 17 rebounds. It's a ridiculous amount of rebounds that he's getting on his own. So I don't think they go as far as they do if he doesn't get as many shots as he got to that ankle
Okay.
or whatever. But yeah, man, I think they have a legit shot to win the national championship. The tougher game is going to be this one against UConn. And to keep going with the whole narrative of the national media hating Miami,
The beaches, the women, the weather.
yeah, why is this team a fifth seed? I don't know. Because this team has been, 12th, 13th, 14th, pretty much the entire year. They've been hovering around that ranking. And that means you should be at least a 4 or a 3. This team, Miami, had to play the number 1 seed, Houston. Then they had to play the number 2 seed,
mobbed them
in Texas. And now they playing arguably, besides Miami, the hottest team in the entire tournament in UConn. They definitely had a harder road than any other team out there.
So we
even
battled.
FAU. And then we also got to shout out FAU, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, the Owls.
We got to shout out FAU, because FAU is in the Final Four too. This could be an all South Florida final, which would be fucking crazy, man. That FAU and Miami are in the national championship for college basketball, which is crazy. It's just crazy, and that could actually legit happen. But FAU is another team that had an easier road than Miami, though. They had a tough first game, and then they beat a number 16 team who played out of their mind to beat Purdue. They beat a really good Kansas State team, which I didn't think they would beat. So FAU's legit. They're a legit team, and they got size too. They got size, which Miami really doesn't have. Besides, Omer, who has more bulk than height. So yeah, shout out to FAU, and also shout out to Nova too. I don't know if you've seen that Nova Southeastern won. Yeah, they won the championship for D2. So Miami balling in basketball all around when it comes to college basketball this season. It's definitely a season to remember. Definitely one that's going to go down in the record books as legendary, no matter what happens this weekend.
Oh yeah. But we know what's gonna happen, even though we're on some. It doesn't matter what happens. We know we're gonna win it. You feel me? We know that we want to go ahead and wipe our ass with all these haters and all these analysts that wasn't on the bandwagon. And of course, we're Miami. You know what we've been saying all tournament. Do not pick us. Don't pick us. We don't want y'all to pick us. We don't want y'all to show us love now. We want y'all to show us love after we win the whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? And we're gonna go ahead and do our thing in Houston, in Texas, and it's gonna feel good to just be able to talk good about the Canes when it comes to the basketball. Because again, like you said, me, Chris, a lot of fans from Dade County, we really don't watch college basketball. And the Canes, yeah, they've been doing their thing for the most part since they got Larinaga. But besides that, like, this is a football town, I mean, the Heat right now, they're kind of looking shaky right now, but it's still a football town, even though they got 3-4 rings with the Heat. But if you're talking about basketball, like, just to see that we're one of these teams that's in the Elite Four, you got all these people, when instead of asking us about the game, they're over here talking about NIL. You feel me? Like, what are we doing over here? You feel me? I see what the national media is trying to do, trying to say that we're buying championships over here. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? We tapping people ass all over the place. Like Drake, like Soulja Boy, Drake, we done handled them. Texas handled them. You feel what I'm saying? And my dog just had some motherfucking chicken, barbecue chicken. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put all type of barbecue sauce on y'all when we finish roasting y'all on the damn court. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling. You feel me? Confidence is key, and Miami have nothing but confidence. Because again, at the end of the day, nobody wants us to win. Nobody likes us. Of course, the beaches, the women, and the weather is the number one reason why they don't like us. But for us to go ahead and have the basketball team hitting on all cylinders, you got we got over here doing trick plays. We got my dog hitting you in the back with the basketball, grab it back, dunk the ball on dudes. You feel me? We got Nigel Pack, you feel me, going ahead and hitting it behind the backboard, jumping out of bounds, and y'all don't want to count it. Why? I don't know. Maybe, it can be the rule, but maybe it's just because it's Miami. But again, it doesn't matter. Do not pick us. We're going to go ahead and ride this wave until we get that actual trophy, until we get that actual win. And after that, like what Marcus said, nobody expected us to win. We're supposed to be a higher seed, so we had to go through harder teams, number one teams, certain things like that. And for us to go ahead and still do our thing, our guy, he got injured. I know y'all was hoping that it was going to be like the ACC tournament and my dog go down and then we have no shot. Nah, we battle tested. We knew this probably was going to happen again. Everybody's going after Omir. It's either they're trying to put him on foul trouble or they trying to get him out the game. Oh, let me go ahead and put my foot right there and pretend it was accidental. No, we know what it is, and we see it. We got replay at the crib. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, but the fouls. Oh, my God. There was roughing Miami up last game. I'm like, that's not a foul. That's not a foul. I'm like, what's going on? It seemed like they playing a little bit more physical than the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit. I mean, like, if we're going to play like that in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the NCAA or college basketball is more so late 80s, early 90s basketball, when you could hand check, when you could grab people, when you could do all type of stuff. Yeah, we don't see the hand checking, but grabbing, pushing, doing this, that, and the other, I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing no calls for us. I see the calls for the other team. But again, people gonna say, Wes, you're cynical, you're a conspiracy theorist, you don't know what you're talking about. I know what I see when I see basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing a whole lot of cheating. I'm seeing the media do not like to talk about us in a positive light. They're always going to say that we're going to lose. And when they are going to actually talk about us, they're talking about NIL and they're bringing about my dog Ruiz. You feel me? I don't want to hear none of that. Yeah. I just want you guys that's watching and you guys that's actually supporting or not supporting Miami, don't pick us. Only people I want to pick us is people from Dade County. Anybody else that have problems with Dade County or Miami because of the beaches, the women, and the weather, and now it's basketball, keep that energy because you know I'm gonna be ready to go. And I know Marcus, when he's interviewing, yes, he feel a little bit of that. You know, when he went to up the road and he felt a little bit of the good old boy network. You feel me? He in Texas now. I don't think it's as as horrible as where he originally went, but I mean, we all know about Texas. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think is the best way that we could win this game? Because from my understanding, this team runs a whole bunch of screens. You feel me? And with a whole bunch of screens, some people go under it. You could pick up and pop and shoot the ball. Nobody to guard them. Or you try to go through the screen and you pick up a foul. Because it's different with the college basketball, with the rules. What do you think is our best way to go ahead and win this actual game?
The key to this game, like I said, is the guy in the middle, Norchad Omir. He has to stay out of foul trouble. He has to stay out of foul trouble. I had to say that twice because that to me is the key in the game. And UConn's got a big dude in the middle. As well, that who eats up rebounds as well. They're going to be battling down low. Whoever wins that battle, as far as the foul battle, I think is gonna end up winning the game because Miami's gonna score. Miami, they're gonna find a way to score. If Wong's not hitting, then it's gonna be Pack. If Pack's not hitting, then it's gonna be Miller. Um, Out of those three, you could depend on those guys to collectively get you around 60 points a
Okay.
game from just those three. But if you got Wooga Poplar in there giving you some buckets as well as Norchad Omir, then there ain't no stopping this team, to be honest. I think as long as they are all clicking, I think Miami comes out with a victory. But I do want to take it back to that NIL conversation because that's something that's been coming up a lot in these press conferences, especially from the national media. I've been on every press conference there is during this whole run, and there's always a question about either transfers or NILs, and the narrative is basically that Miami has bought a team. I mean, they were saying that about us with the Heatles, with the big three. Oh, we bought a team. My question is like, what? All these other schools can't buy teams? You know what I'm saying? You telling me that Duke ain't got money? You telling me North Carolina ain't got money with that Jordan money? You telling me Kansas, who just won a championship last year, ain't got that money? UCLA out in LA, they is just as Hollywood as Miami.
Texas Oil Town.
Texas as well. The Longhorns, they got their own network. You telling me that they don't have NIL deals? That's what I don't understand. It's like, okay, we all playing by the same rules, but you mad at us because
You shout out.
we playing it better. We playing better with we beating you in Monopoly. That's basically what's going on. Like we win a Monopoly game and you mad because you going to jail or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that's the shit that really blows my mind is the fact that you got all these schools like, oh, John Ruiz is paying all these players and shout out to Coach L because he has every time he's heard that question, he's defended it like hard. Like like he was like basically in a nutshell, hey, these schools make money. Why can't these kids make money? You know, he's basically saying, I'm here to coach basketball, and that's what I'm gonna do. And if they have an opportunity to make money, then so be it. And he talked about the transfers of Nigel Pack. Nigel Pack wanted the opportunity to play point guard. He couldn't when he was at Kansas State. That point guard at Kansas State is the real deal too. I don't know if you watched that game, a couple of games that Kansas State had in the tournament, but that kid is the deal. So Nigel Pack said, okay, well, I'm going to go somewhere else. He comes over here, and what happens? He advances farther than Kansas State. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to FAU, coincidentally. And then Norchad Omir. Norchad Omir was playing at Arkansas State, a mid-major school. And then he comes to an ACC school. ACC is like basically the SEC when it comes to basketball.
Definitely.
And not only that, he's coming back home. He went to Miami Prep. You know what I'm saying? He's Hispanic. He's from Nicaragua. You know what I'm saying? So it all fell into place for him to come. Miami needed a big man, as you can all see, based on what you see in the games. So, and those are just two transfers from last year. Jordan Miller transferred the year before. He's been with the team 2 years, and Isaiah Wong, he's been with the team since he was a freshman. So to say that Miami bought their team, I think it's just ridiculous, and it's that same narrative. Yeah, it's that same narrative that the national media projects against Miami. And then also with the ACC, people say the ACC is down. Why? The only reason why they're saying the ACC down is because Miami is up. That's the only reason why the national media says that.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
because because Miami, what we do to Duke, we waxed them. What do we do to North Carolina? We waxed
Wax.
them. And then other teams, we beat them as well. Pittsburgh was the top team in the ACC. We beat them to win the regular season championship. So,
Yep.
and the only reason why we lost that Duke game is because Norchad O'Meara got hurt in the first minute of the game.
Yeah, you didn't remember what we did to their ass when we played them before. We done blew their ass out the damn building. So yeah.
Yeah, by like 30 points or something like that. So yeah, man, it's the narrative is real. The hate is real. The hate is real from Miami. And I could even tell by some of the different journalists that I speak to on the podcast, especially the one that I talked to was from Indiana. He was just like, "Oh, well, the analytics show that the Big Ten is better," and I was just like, "Well, based on the tournament, no." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At the time, they had just as many teams as the ACC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the next day, what did we do to Indiana? Waxed them. So,
I don't think he's coming back on Kings County for another interview.
Yeah, I know. No. Yeah, and I messaged him too, email. I was like, what happened? What happened?
No response.
Huh? Yeah, he responded. He was like, "Yeah, Nigel Pack is a really good player." He said something like that, something positive. You know what I'm saying? But hey. Oh, but then he wanted to clap back. He's like, "Yeah, you might as well call it the University of John Ruiz."
Really?
You see what I'm talking about?
I could have sworn we just went through a whole investigation, right? Men basketball's fine, football, baseball's fine. They want to go ahead and go after the women. Really? I mean,
Right.
like, I feel they having that conversation before the whole investigation. After the investigation, it shows nothing was done wrong. Then why are we still having this conversation, national media? I know why. Yeah. The beaches, the women, and the weather. You feel what I'm saying? Again, at the end of the day, like, I was expecting it to be kind of cold in Houston, but Marcus said it's kind of fair weather, but at least over here in Miami, the weather is either as hot or it's raining. I don't want to worry about hot, cold, raining. No, I don't need none of that, my friend. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be raining them threes, because Miami going to have to do a lot better than 2 threes, playing this team, because, from my understanding, like you say, you got this big guy in the middle. I think he's 245 pounds, 6'9".
Yeah.
I heard that he averaged 17 points and 20 rebounds. I'm like, 20 rebounds? Hold up. 20 rebounds? We have to throw like 3-4 dudes at him, man. We can't let O'Meara get into any type of foul trouble. But again, we're battle tested, like Marcus said. We've been playing all the best teams. And I think it is working against them right now, seeding us at number 5, because we're able to play number 1, destroy them, and play all these other teams that everybody got so much good things to say, and we just did what we had to do. When I was looking at the Texas game, I'm like, damn, first half they raining the threes. I'm like, God damn, we gonna lose this game. But I stayed. I was loyal. I stayed. I watched the game. I'm like, if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose. It reminded me of the Miami Heat when they came out with the tape, about to get the Spurs the championship, and then my dog Ray Allen with the shot, and we wind up winning the actual championship and stuff like that. So for me right now, when I was watching Texas playing us, and I'm seeing the referees cheating, I'm seeing Texas shooters, they can't not miss anything, I was like, damn, it looked like we're gonna lose. But again, Miami's been hitting high percentage shots. That's the problem with people in basketball right now. They want to go ahead and shoot threes all day. No. You're gonna go ahead and shoot those twos. You know what I'm saying? I know we got Nigel Pack. He could do his thing. I know we got Isaiah Wong. Merely all of them can shoot threes. But again, You got to shoot like 5 threes to get like 2, and we're going in the paint and we hitting like 10 footers, 8 footers, and we got at least a 75% shot chance to actually make that shot. So high percentage shots, great. I know that, you know, the other team, which is UConn's going to be looking for that, you know, most likely. But I think that we got Coach L, man. Coach L is battle tested. His wife is another coach, you know, or another recruiter. You know, she's just like him. You know, from my understanding, the kids, some of them call him mom too. And that's the type of relationship that you want for the University of Miami. Nothing but family. You see that with Mario Cristobal, hiring nothing but brothers and cousins and stuff like that. And this is what we're getting right now for Coach L and the basketball team, Kings Hoop. They're doing their thing. They're playing as one. Very cohesive. You know, everybody. I love the plain fact. Every time it's some bullshit that happened, they huddle up. You know, and I don't know what they're saying in that huddle, but they say something and boom, I see something positive right after. So if they could go ahead and keep that same energy, you're going to get that same energy from me. You're going to get that same energy from Marcus, because I know we win. Marcus going to be happy to interview these guys. You feel me? And I'm going to be right there watching too. I know it's probably going to be other things going on, but nah, I'm going to watch all of the interview, because this is the first time this ever happened for the University of Miami to make the Final Four. For us to go ahead and probably win a championship, oh my God, boy! You do not want to see Western Damas at that time. You feel me? And again, right now it's just the beginning, because again we got Coach Cristobal right around the corner, and he's gonna do his thing. So I think we're gonna go ahead and win. Marcus, I'm pretty sure he knows we're gonna win. And that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm just waiting to hear, oh, I know y'all hate us because of the beaches, the women, and the weather. What does it feel like silencing all the haters? Wong, how do you feel? But yeah, that's where it's at with us in Miami. Marcus over there in Houston, and I know he brought the whole energy of the city with him, same like the team. I love the plain fact that when they actually came home from playing Texas, you got the fans outside like late night, you know, saluting the boys like, yeah. What? This is Miami, you know, like they got other things to do. Again, you like we be saying, the beaches, the women, and the weather, the clubs, and they're over there waiting. Oh my God, that's how you know it's something positive. Keep that same energy, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that scene was crazy. As far as it was like almost 4 a.m. that people stayed up for them to come back. It's crazy because their flight was delayed. Mm-hmm. So people just had to be out there just wait, which was crazy. I mean, I wasn't gonna be out there.
Of course not.
Like only because like Coral Gables is far from where I live up in Broward, but you know, I've been there for all their press, you know, press conferences outside of the stadium right before they left. I was there for that. There's a lot of people out there, man. You know, I filmed a lot of it. I posted that on the YouTube channel. I mean, it's the fan support has been crazy. It's been tremendous. But that's how Miami is, though. Miami, we want winners. You know what I'm saying? We want winners. We're a winning city. And when we win, we're going to support you because that's what we're supposed to do. So that's when we come out and support. You know, nobody wants to see the team lose and be miserable. So yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of support. Coach Larinaga is just, I can't say enough about him. I've got to really kind of know him a lot throughout the season, just based on his post-game interviews and you know, for the ACC tournament, you know, I got to do a one-on-one interview with Coach L, and that was by request, and he did that for me. So yeah, you could tell that he just has a bond with these kids, and for now, Miami is a basketball town, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Miami is a basketball school until, Cristobal can get right. Because if you think that we got success right now,
Ooh.
it's just going to be even better like in the future, because these recruits now at the crib are going to be like, what's going on in Coral Gables? What's going on in
Mhm.
Miami? Maybe I don't
Mhm.
need to go to Duke or Carolina or Kansas,
Still my
to be great. And right now, Miami's got the best player in the country. I don't know if you knew this. Um,
and who?
Cameron Boozer, Carlos Boozer's
Oh
son.
yeah, I was just about to say that. Well, I was gonna mention him. I didn't know that he had ties with Miami.
Yeah, Cameron Boozer goes to Columbus High School, down in Miami. Everybody thinks he's going to Duke because that's where Carlos Boozer went. But I don't know. I think things might be changing because he was at a Hurricanes game recently. I forget which one. It might have been Pittsburgh, or it could have been the Duke game as well. Um,
Hopefully,
I
it
think
was
it
that
was
Duke
the
game
Duke.
where we
I
whipped
think
their
it
ass.
was the Duke game. I think it was the Duke game. So yeah, it just means that these top level recruits are going to be thinking about Miami, and not only that, the transfers are going to be thinking about Miami as well, because Nigel Pack comes to Miami, possibly wins a championship. Same thing with
Oh,
Morchad O'Meara.
oh, oh.
So you got transfers and possible recruits. You got a coach that's freaking, he's a lovable guy, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And you got the beaches, the women, and the weather, like you said.
of
You know what
course.
I'm saying? All of that in combination just makes you feel like this college basketball program is here to stay.
Man, I'm over here like, yo, imagining like, yo, let's just say like the basketball team is humming, and then you got Coach Cristobal like swoop down like Batman or Superman and save the day too. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, boy! Like shit, every week, we going. I know I'm going to a whole bunch of basketball games. I know I'm going to a whole bunch of football games. You know, I normally buy me season tickets when it comes to the football team, but if the basketball team can have me leaving happy, because that's what the Heatles did for me. I knew every day we had a shot. Every day we had a shot, and I probably was gonna go to sleep happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to feel with the University of Miami basketball team. Of course, we know about the football team, but if the basketball team could be humming like that, oh my God, boy, people gonna hate your boy even more. You feel me? But
Yeah.
yeah, man, can't wait to that game on Saturday. I know you're gonna be front and center, ready to go. You're gonna have your questions
Yeah, man.
ready for the haters, and good luck to them boys. You feel me? Because I do know that them boys, like, everybody's excited. I know Wong, he's definitely excited, especially after having a horrible game. I think that was the first game where
First
he
game, yeah.
was
Oh,
horrible.
okay.
I think it was just the lights. And the butterflies in the stomach, and now that he got a taste of that taste of being garbage and still winning, that brings confidence in yourself. You feel me? And I think that's exactly what's happening right now. You feel me? My whole thing is, when having the big three, Wade, Bosch, and LeBron down here, it kind of, watching them throughout those years made me kind of see like what it meant to become a champion, because sometimes it was a day LeBron was doing this thing, and then another day it was Ray Allen, another day it was Dwayne Wade, or it was Chris Bosh. It was never one game where it was like just that one player. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they always play like a team. Of course, you got the main person, the focus point of that particular game, but they spread the wealth, they spread the basketball, and that's exactly what I see. Nigel Pack, one day it's you. Then, of course, you got everybody else. They gonna do their numbers, but you're the player of the game, Nigel Pack. Next time, then is Isaiah Wong. Next time is over here Miller. So they're showing me what I seen in the NBA on a professional level. How this is how you win a basketball game. Not having just one player, like, meaning if you have Isaiah Wong and he's the only one trying to carry the team. We seen people like Allen Iverson. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Doing he couldn't he It was since selective. So yeah.
He was breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it was just on my end, but
You know, and
I mean, the last thing I heard you say was really that they got balanced scoring, and that's what basically I've been saying all year. You got four players that averaging double-digit scoring a game, and then you got a player that averages a double-double per game in Norchad Omir. It's really a recipe for success when it comes to basketball. So good luck to the Canes. We've been talking about the Canes pretty much basketball the whole time. So let's see what they do this weekend here in the H Town, and let's go Canes. Besides that, what else is going
yeah.
on in Miami sports?
Yeah, of course, the internet gonna be going in and out right now while we're talking about the Canes and we're talking positivity. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, boy. We back in full effect. But yeah, man, like you said, and like I said, I see balance. They remind me of the Heatles, playing in the NBA, as far as, one day is this person, Mike Miller, one day is Ray Allen. One day is Nigel Pack, one day is Isaiah Wong, or Miller, and if we could keep that, we'll keep everybody off balance and people won't know who to focus on, who is the focus point of the offense, and that'll be the detriment of the other team. If we could go ahead and continue doing that, then I think that we have a high chance of going ahead and winning the game and winning the actual championship. That's just
Facts. Facts, man. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Should be fun. Let's go FAU as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll be a all South Florida final. But since we're talking about the Canes, spring football still going on, and still a lot of positivity coming out of Coral Gables or Green Tree practice field, with the new coordinators, the new coaches, and I mean, I guess the main storyline that's coming out of spring is that Francis Malago is going to start. You know what I'm saying? Like the freshman seems like he's going to start. He's been playing with the first team. Samson Okunlola's been playing with the second team. And just based on that, it seems like he will start. The only chance that he does not start is if Zion Nelson comes back healthy in the fall.
Man, kick rocks, man.
That's the only chance, because Zion Nelson is, better. He's a better player when healthy.
And I say availability is the best ability.
Than a freshman. So that's the only chance. But I think that's really, really kind of the main storyline coming out of.
It can't be. Hold up. I heard Hurricane Bane been running amok over there, boy. And I heard that the same guy that you just been talking about, the one that, we think that's going to be the right tackle starting, Malgoa. I heard that Ruben Bane probably put him on his ass once or twice. I'm not sure if that's true. It's all speculation. But I heard that on 560, so it must be true. And that was my former student, so I was going crazy while I was hearing that early in the morning. I was like, what? And then they're saying, like, hold up. You're not going to keep this guy off the field? I know he's a freshman, but he's been getting reps with the first tier players as well. And from my understanding is they're thinking about probably putting him inside, like I kind of thought they was probably going to go ahead and do. I mean, me personally, I think they're going to be, he's going to be a D end, he's going to be a D tackle. They're going to be focused and moving him around. That's what I just think. I don't think they're just going to keep him in one particular spot. But hold up, Hurricane Bane in your vein. Let's go. That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah. I've been hearing that too, man. Hurricane Bane. Not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, he plays with a chip on his shoulder, man. He plays with that Miami chip, like that. Oh, I'm gonna prove to the world that I'm great, even though national haters are hating on me, and that's what he's doing. I'm not surprised at all that he's making noise in spring. And I'm excited for him, man. He's a really good kid. Love talking to him every time I talk to him. And, he's into this type of stuff as far as like, communications and journalism and, producing videos and stuff like that. So, love the kid, and he's real, and he loves ball, and, just can't wait to see what he does on the field for real. I think he's going to be another Akeem Mesidor, the same way that they've been using Akeem Mesidor. Mesidor sometimes would be inside, sometimes he'd be outside. But everywhere you play him, he's a dog. So I think he's Akeem Mesidor 2.0, and he's probably going to be, times 10, because I think he's going to end up being better than Mesidor when his career is all said and done. Another young player that's doing well, even though he's in his second year, that I hear is doing well, is Najee Kelly, man. Najee Kelly, I hear, is tearing it up. Like, he is a sophomore, but everything I hear about Najee Kelly is extremely positive. From, of course, Dillard High School in Fort Lauderdale, down the street from where I stay. So yeah, man, he's making a lot of noise as well. I'm hearing Francisco Mauigoa, the linebacker, is really doing well. He picked off Tyler Van Dyke, I heard, in practice. And I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, but still, the fact that he's making that type of play already is a very positive sign. Cam Kitchens, I'm hearing, is going to be, enjoy. Basically, let's just enjoy this year with Cam Kitchens right here, because he's going to the league in the following year.
Yeah, but you said that dude from that transfer from Oklahoma, you said that he's over here already calling shots, calling people out. So if we lose Kitchens, then I'm not gonna feel no type of way with this guy that's supposed to be a 3-star looking like he like a 4-5-star. I don't mind.
I saw Caleb Spencer at practice. Dude is big, man. Like, he's a big dude for a freshman. Like, he's big where he could probably play linebacker. That's how big he is. And compared to like the other guys that are older than him, he looks big. So I can see why he's turning heads in practice as well. So those are really kind of the big storylines. I'm hearing that Ray and Robbie are out there making plays. Jacoby George is pretty much solidifying himself as the number 2 receiver, and then you got Kobe Young and Isaiah Horton as your 2 big receivers as the number 1. And of course, X is going to do his thing. Of course, he's your number 1 slot receiver with Brashard Smith backing him up. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the tight ends is pretty much locked down as well. You got Cam McCormick, who's kind of he's an 8-year player, which blows my mind, but hopefully he can stay healthy. He's really just adding the depth to that position. But Jaleel Skinner is supposed to be the guy. And I saw Arroyo as well. I saw him at Pro Day. I was at Pro Day on Monday. And Will Mallory looked really good, man. I think Will Mallory is gonna turn out to be like a 7-8 year NFL guy. The way that he looked and how fast he ran in the combine, he's making really good catches, tough catches in the pro day. Like, a lot of people were just clapping and cheering, seeing him do his thing. Tyreek looked good too. Tyreek looked really good, like in pro day as well. DJ Ivy, DJ Ivy is DJ Ivy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, but Tyreek and Will Mallory, you pretty much can guarantee that those two guys are going to be your NFL draft picks in a couple of weeks. Everybody else is kind of like, I don't know, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But those two guys look really good during pro day. But yeah, that's all I can really say as far as Hurricanes football news
Okay,
this week.
okay, okay. I was gonna ask you before we jumped off Hurricanes. I was gonna ask you. I've been hearing positive things about the backup quarterbacks. You feel me? As far as that black dude, Ja'Cory Brown, Ja'Cory, the one, I heard that he's been dropping dimes. He's been like accurate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen it. Because you've been covering baseball and then covering the basketball team and stuff like that. You probably got Frank Tucker probably holding it down for you while you handling other things. But I'm like, since I got you now, I'm like, man, let me ask Marcus and see, like, you feel me, is what I've been hearing like on point. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's good, especially with Emery, as well. I heard both of them been looking good. But personally for me, this a running league now. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm getting with TVD. Yeah, he's accurate for the most part, but he's not really athletic to be running around like that. You feel me? So for us to have a backup quarterback that got some reps last year that really, shouldn't have been in the game last year. And, a lot of people had a little bad taste in their mouth, like, why do we got this guy? But, how can you throw somebody to the wolves? He's not ready. Just like when we seen with the Dolphins, when Tua went out, when Teddy Bridgewater went out, and then we throw Skylar Thompson in, and he's not ready for, that type of heat in the beginning. But then he got to play another game, and then, he was a little bit more settled down. So looking at, the backup and hearing that he's accurate like that, I know he's athletic. I know he runs like a 4.3 or 4.4. He got track speed and stuff like that. I just want to hear positive things about the backups because I know TVD, most likely this is going to be his last year trying to be able to prove anything for the University of Miami. Yeah. If the backups are good, then I know we're good. If you could tell me that the backups are good, then I'll leave it alone.
I mean, from what I hear, Ja'Cory Brown is improving as a passer, and as far as his accuracy is concerned, like you said, he's still one of the fastest players on the team. So you already know he's always going to be a running threat, but you're a quarterback, so you got to be able to throw the football with accuracy and make good decisions. I haven't really been seeing a lot of the backups. I haven't really been watching them closely. And with the scrimmage they had last Saturday, it was closed to the media.
Okay.
Cristobal is very particular about these scrimmages, and he does not like the media around for these scrimmages, even in spring, which is weird. Like ain't nobody game planning for you right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
now you can't say that. They hate us. The beaches, the women, and the weather. They're gonna find a way to get some type of plays or lock on certain plays. So he knows. He knows what you know and I know. They hate us, so we're not gonna give them anything.
Yeah. And as far as Emory Williams, I mean, it's the same. I mean, we can only go by what the coaches are telling us, and that they say that Emory Williams has the tools to be great, and that he could end up being better than Ja'Cory when it comes to accuracy is concerned. But he's young, so he's still kind of learning the system. Everybody's pretty much learning the system right now because it's a whole new offense. But the positive things about the offense is that everybody loves it, man. Everybody loves this new offense, man. When you talk to receivers, when you talk to the tight ends, the O-line, the running backs, running back coach, wide receivers coach, everybody loves this new offense. And it seems like it's going to put some points on the board, and that's something that we could not do last season. Definitely. It was some games last season that just made me want to throw up. Like
trust me.
When it came to offense, like I think the defense played well enough for us to win most games, except for that Middle Tennessee State game. I keep trying to forget
DJ Ivy.
Yeah. I mean, every was burnt on that game, like toast. But I think the offense was the most disappointing point. I mean, the fact that you didn't score a touchdown against Virginia Tech and could barely score against Virginia, couldn't score against Pittsburgh, couldn't score against Florida State.
And
Like A&M, 9 points, no touchdowns. It was just ridiculous. Like that, the offense with your given playmakers, I know X was out most of the season and Tyler Van Dyke was out half of the season, but still, you should still, with that type of talent, be able to score points. And I'm pretty sure this team is going to score some points this season based on this offense, based
this
on,
O-line,
huh?
the O-line.
The O-line, because the other thing too that's coming out for spring is that pretty much we know who's going to be the starters.
Okay.
We pretty much going to know the offensive starters. Defense, not quite sure who's going to be next to Leonard Taylor.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be Leonard Taylor, Akeem Azador, I think, and it's going to be Jafari Harvey and Nigel Lee Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to rotate Ruben Bain. You're going to rotate the other transfer, Thomas Gore. You're going to rotate Branson Dean, and that's going to be the rotation on the D line. Linebacker is pretty much going to be Francisco Managoa, Wesley Basaint, and then you're going to rotate Keontre Smith in there, and you're going to rotate Corey Flag. Defensive back, it's going to be Daryl Porter is your corner, Corey Couch is your nickel, and Devontae Brown is going to be your other corner. Safety is going to be James Williams once he gets back from injury, and Cam Kinchins. And then safety, you'll probably rotate Caleb Spencer in, or rotate Chris Graves. Some of those younger guys that you don't see. Markeith Williams, I heard, is making some noise in the defensive backfield as well.
Okay.
That's pretty much going to be your starters. O-line, reason why I brought this up is that your O-line is pretty much set. Matt Lee is going to be your starting center.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Jalen Rivers is going to be, I think, going to be one of the starting tackles or guards. Who knows? Javion Cohen is going to be one of your starting tacklers or guards. Inez Cooper is going to be your other guard. And then the other guy is going to be Malgoa. Unless Zion Nelson, like I said, comes back and has a miracle and he comes back. But those are going to be your guys. Like, you pretty much know that now already. Henry Parrish, I heard, is doing really well in spring as well. Cristobal always mentioned Henry Parrish, so he's going to be your number one running back. And then once Mark Fletcher comes in the fall, he's going to be in that rotation. Trevante Citizen, I saw him at Pro Day. He still has a brace on, so that's a real serious injury he had, because his injury happened in fall camp, and he still has a brace on. So
precaution.
Yeah, who knows how he'll be in the fall. I did see Arroyo at Pro Day as well. I love Arroyo. I feel like they should have used him way more. He did not have a brace on. So I anticipate, I think people forget how good he is, and I think he's going to be a big factor coming this fall.
Okay.
And then but yeah, I mean, those, you pretty much know who's going to play and who's going to start and who's your starters. All those guys that I named, those are the guys that's going to play. And you already know who your kicker is going to be, Borregales, and then the punter, you got another punter from Australia that they brought in, you know what I'm saying, after Lou Headley is gone. So
down under.
We're going to keep that pipeline going. So yeah, man, you still got some guys that haven't even come in yet from the recruiting class, some of the old linemen, Tommy Kinsler, still not on campus yet. Frankie Tenenlau, not on campus yet, but those guys likely just going to be backups just in case one of those guys go down. Like I said, Mark Fletcher, Chris Johnson Jr., not on campus yet officially, but they'll be in the fall. They'll be backing up guys. So that's pretty much, your lineup, guys that you don't mention that's been around.
The people that we should keep not mentioning.
Right, exactly. I was gonna say that they're gonna be in the transfer portal. I don't want to put some people out there, but
Let them
there
go.
will be there will be some more guys that are going to be entering the transfer portal when that next window opens up, and those are guys that I'm not mentioning.
That's
The
all
guys
good.
that have that been on the team for a while that I didn't mention at all. Those guys are probably going to be seeking, another place to go. You know
Peace,
what I'm
my
saying?
brother. Peace, my brother. Hey, look, the way I look at it is like when you go grocery shopping, man. You go grocery shopping, you get some new groceries, and the old groceries that you can't eat, can't do nothing with, you throw it in the trash. Right now, since we're not throwing you in the trash, you can go ahead and transfer all out of here. You know what I mean? It's all good. I still wish you guys well, but again, at the end of the day, we got a new general, we got a new lieutenant as far as with the offensive line coach, as far as what the offensive coordinator, as far as with the DB coaches and stuff like that. So again, after all these changes and stuff like that, it just shows you it's you feel me? And I think probably a different environment will make you guys be a lot more productive. You heard what Deion Sanders say, you feel me? He wants certain people. You feel me? And that's the same thing that Mario Cristobal want. You know what I'm saying? We got the guy in the loafers and they got prime time, but it's all good. We all got the same agenda. We want these kids to go ahead and succeed, but we're not going to go ahead and be stagnant helping you succeed. You feel me? We're on a train, and you need to know ahead, and you need to go ahead and be on this train. And if you can't be on this train or on this metro bus, you feel me? Then go ahead and get yourself a transfer. You feel me? And then, I don't know how much the transfers cost now. It used to cost like 10, 15 cents when we was catching bus back in the G. But get that transfer and go on up. You feel me? Go on up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I can say really about Hurricanes football.
Okay.
We're gonna have the spring game in a couple of weeks. Still got a lot more practices to go. The only thing I could talk to you about Hurricanes is baseball. I've been covering baseball, and that's the other team that's the other championship program at Miami. Let me just say, once Miami wins this championship, let's put it in the universe.
Yeah.
That Miami would have won championships in football, basketball, and baseball, which a lot of other programs cannot say. Miami has 4 national championships in baseball, 5 national championships in football, and we waiting on the first national championship in basketball. Shout out to the women's team and what they did. They're like they were the lowest seed in this tournament to really kind of do their thing. They took down a number 1 seed on their home court. They came back from 17 points down in the first game, which is really exciting to watch. That last game was terrible though. It was like bad. Like that last game was terrible. It was bad. It was just a bad look for women's basketball too, because the shooting was terrible. It was just bad. But shout out to the girl Jasmine Roberts. I think she's a star in the making. She's wet with the mid range. The mid range jumpers has been wet. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's a star in the making. She's just a sophomore, so watch out for her.
Okay.
Destiny Harden, the heart and soul of that team. She's now gone. Loved covering her this whole year. She's a sweet individual, hard worker. The Cavender twins as well, very cool. Women, entrepreneurs. I guess you could say, NIL changed their life. You know what I'm saying? But And that's a team that will continue to build as well. But tell me about the Heat, man, because I ain't really been watching them
They ain't worth
doing all
speaking.
this Kane stuff.
They're not worth speaking on, right, my brother? You feel
Damn,
me?
that
Like,
bad?
yeah, they've been gooking. You feel me? Like they lost like the last 4 games. Right now, we're in the 7th seed. Um, we don't have people that could create their own shot. If Jimmy Butler's not playing, or if Tyler Hero's not on, we losing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, just the other day we lost to the Knicks. We had our starters. Jimmy Butler had like 12 points. Same thing with Tyler Hero. I think Bam had like 9 points. I'm like, come on, man. These guys are getting paid the max money. And this is what's happening right now when we're trying to fight for the number 6 seed. It goes back to me telling you, man, once you pay these individuals, some people start, losing that same passion that they once had before they had the money. You know what I'm saying? Now, hey, I don't know. Hey, that's just what it seems like. I don't want to come on here and talk shit about the Miami Heat, because it's all Dade County down here. But to be honest with you, man, that's how it's looking, man. It's looking like, yo, this is time to rebuild again. A lot of players gonna have to kick rocks. You feel me? It seems like right now in the off season, if we don't turn it around,
Like that. It's like that. It's like we just gotta. The season's over. We gotta rebuild.
we gotta
Loaded the whole
rebuild, my
thing
boy.
up.
We gotta rebuild. You feel me? I'll put people like Bam on the table. I'll put Tyler Hero on the table. Anybody,
We can't. We just paid both of them.
Yeah, I know. And that's the same thing we did with Deion Waiters and all the other guys that we paid money. You feel me? We paid them the money, and they felt like all the other individuals. They probably was looking at the Dolphins, come over here, get a check and retire. You feel me? Because that's what it seemed like they doing right now. Especially like I said, you feel me? Like we fighting for the number 6 seed, and this is what we doing. And then I got motherfucking Gene over here just texting me and calling me every time we lose to a fucking New York team. Brooklyn, like we lose to the Knicks, he calling. He like, I'm like, man, hey. So right now, the Heat is not really worth talking too much about. You were saved because you've been covering other sports. I've been home watching their garbage ass, having to change the channel. Wifey like, see, I told you we could have watched the movie. I told you we could have done this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here like, yeah, you finally find me after yesterday, when we lost to the Knicks. I'm like, all right. I ain't gonna watch it until y'all make the playoffs, man. You feel me? Or until it's a playing game.
Since you mentioned a wifey, I do have to mention that wifey of mine just got a job with FAU and also is taking classes with FAU. And now all of a sudden FAU balling. So when they was playing, she walking around with a FAU t-shirt. All of a sudden, I'm like, really, all of a sudden you are owl and shit. So I just want to say that real quick.
It's all good.
Yeah, she representing the spot, and I hope they win. But she's like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do if they end up playing each other in the championship game.
I'll take that hat off, that UM hat back on, and you could go ahead like you just got this job. You feel me? So you wait till next semester to start rooting for them right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. But back on the Heat, man. I love Pat Riley. He's the Godfather, and I hope I don't get whacked by saying what I'm about to say about Pat Riley.
I know what you're gonna say.
But Pat Riley, it's like he makes 2 good moves and 1 really bad one. And you know what the really bad one is, Wes? And it's the one that we've been talking about. It's that Kyle Lowry move. That is the worst. That is the one that's killing us right now. Because we paying him all that. Oh, and Duncan Robinson too. Duncan Robinson. It's because those are 2 examples of players that are getting paid buku dollars and sitting the bench mostly. And most of the time they healthy. And they just sit in the bench. And the times that they are in the game, they fucking up. So I put that on Riley, man. I have to put it on Pat Riley.
Yes, definitely.
Because that's the reason why we can't make any moves during the trade deadline, because we ain't got no money. We got players that nobody want. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want a Kyle Lowry. Don't nobody want a Duncan Robinson who can't defend.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm,
People want a 3 and D guy, not just a 3 guy. And he barely even hitting threes.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man? Like, I'm not even watching the games, right? I just hear sometimes what's going on the radio, and sometimes sometimes people on the radio tell me what's going on, because I already been knew that Kyle Lowry was trash.
His ass out of here.
And Duncan Robinson been fucking up for 2 years already. So this the same story that we singing, and we barely gonna make the playoffs, and we may get bounced out in the play-in. That's what I feel like is gonna happen. I feel like they'll probably make it as a 7 seed, and they end up getting bounced out in the play-in. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I hear on the radio is that they lose to these garbage ass teams. You know what I'm saying? They'd be losing to the Orlandos or the Charlottes or something. Or I seen they got blown out by Brooklyn. And Brooklyn is no longer Brooklyn. Brooklyn ain't got no Kyrie, no Kevin Durant, no what's his name? Simmons. That Simmons not even on the team either, I don't think.
No, I think he's still on there.
Or he's hurt. Or he's hurt or some shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So this Pat Riley, I don't know, man. I just feel like
every time.
It's like 2 truths and a lie. You know that game, 2 truths and a lie?
No,
it's like it's like when you get a new job, and it's like an icebreaker type of game, and you're supposed to say 3 things, 2 of them are truths and 1 is a lie, and everyone has to guess which one is the lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel it is with these acquisitions. You get 2 truths, but there's 1 lie. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like with us is like 2 lies and 1 truth. You feel me? with Kyle Lowry, we thought we was getting all-star player, lies. Duncan Robinson, we thought we were getting a sharpshooter, lies. You feel me? Yeah. And the truth is, without Jimmy Butler, the Heat is not the Heat. So we're gonna switch that game from 2 truths to a lie and 1 lie to 2 lies and 1 truth, because that's exactly what the Miami Heat is showing us right now, man. You know what I mean? And they need to think about that game too, boy, because I know they hear what everybody's talking about, and this city is a town. Whereas if you losing, we ain't coming. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I am going to tune in for the playoffs, because once this college basketball is over, once spring football is over, it's pretty much all concentration on whatever the Heat do. I'll still be covering baseball, Miami Hurricanes baseball, but that's like now and again. But yeah, it's going to be all about the Heat, man, and I really get to dissect it and really, see what's really going on.
We'll see what happens. Right now, all I'm worried about is the Canes and what we're going to do in this damn Final Four. I know we're going to win. I'm just waiting for the days to come and go so I can go ahead and start selling out and talking shit on social media, talking shit to all these people that have a problem with us because of the beaches, the women, and the weather, because of the football team, because of the basketball team, because of NIL, because of all that. I'm going to be rubbing it in their face. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully our media, including yourself, y'all can rub it in their face as well, because, we don't get all these shots to go ahead and rub it in their face, because, again, when we're winning, it don't matter. When we're winning, we get 5 seconds on ESPN, no matter what sport. You feel me? It doesn't matter. Yeah. Right now, the only reason why we're getting any type of coverage about the University of Miami is because there's only 4 teams. If it was more teams,
they're actually getting the Final Four.
If it was more teams, then of course they wouldn't be talking about us. And again, they always slight us because every time they talk about us, they talk about nothing but negativity. They talk about how we buying people. So hey, we'll see. I don't really want to jump into the Dolphins right now because the Dolphins, they still got a few things that they got going on. We already spoke on the Jalen Ramsey trade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think the draft is like a month away or less than a month away, and we'll go ahead and talk about that when we get closer to the draft. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and root our University of Miami's hoops team, basketball team. We're gonna go ahead and continue to wish Mario Cristobal and the football staff and the players positivity, and Miami Heat. The only reason why I'm talking about you right now is because Marcus brought you up. You know?
Yeah, man. But when it comes to the Canes, don't pick us. Don't pick us. And it looks like they ain't picking us anyway because they were underdogs against Houston, which was crazy to me. By the way, I've been making plenty of money off the Hurricanes. I just want to let you know that. You know what I'm saying? I've been making plenty money on the Hurricanes this year. And just betting them straight up and like taking the points. I'm like, you're gonna give me 7 points against Houston, and look how much they beat them by. I should have bet more money. Every time I win with the Hurricanes, I'll be like, damn, I should have bet more money. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to be greedy.
Texas, against Texas, they had me scared though. Hey, Texas, they had me scared. I'm like, damn, this is how it's gonna come to an end. And then they came back and proved me right again. So I'm going to keep it rolling. I'm going to take those 5 points that they given us against UConn and see what happens.
All right. And I'll probably bet a little bit too now. You feel me? I already got the app on my phone, but I don't like betting. When I give advice on betting, they win. When I bet myself, I lose. But right now, the way the wave is going and the way that you're winning money too, I think I need to win a little bit of money too. You feel me? Because the grocery bills are high as hell right now. The cost of living in Miami is crazy. So I'm going to take advantage of everybody else that's voting against our team to actually lose, and we're going to win. So you don't got anything else?
That's it.
All right, so this is going to conclude this episode of the MarcWes Sports Podcast. You could go ahead and follow Marcus on canescounty.com. On Instagram, you got the Benjamin Report. You also got canes.county on Instagram. You can follow him all on platforms, YouTube. And he also got the site, canescounty.com. If y'all could go ahead and subscribe to that. That would be a plus. Of course, you always gonna have the MarcWes Sports Podcast. So
make sure you subscribe to this podcast, MarcWes Sports. Follow us on Instagram. Follow MarcWes,
of course,
on Twitter as well. Make sure you follow this podcast.
Yeah, definitely. So this right now is going to conclude this episode of the MarcWes Sports Podcast. Until the next episode, peace.